I'm Jeff Davis with the Coast Guard Auxiliary, and I've been, up until the end of last year, had been the lighthouse keeper here for about 10 years. I decided after 10 years I'd retired, but I'm still doing quite a few of the tours. We run tours here during the summer months on Wednesdays from 1 to 3:30, and normally we get 300 or 350 people on each of the tours during those months. So if you like, we can come on inside and look around. This is the base of the lighthouse that is currently here. This lighthouse was built in 1877, but it's one of 6 lighthouses that were built here over the years. The first 2 were built way back in 1808, and they were built of wood and didn't last a terribly long time. So in 1841, they replaced those 2 wooden ones, and this time built 2 of brick. Well, of course, everyone expected the brick lighthouses to last a long, long time. But surprise, they didn't last a long time for a reason probably that people at the time were not aware of. The present cut in front of the lighthouse, which actually started this time in 1987, was actually superseded by another cut at the same area back in 1870. And after that break in 1870, they started losing shoreline very rapidly. So rapidly it didn't take people very long to realize that they were going to lose those 2 brick lighthouses. And sure enough, it didn't take people very long to realize that they would have to build 2 more. And this is one of those 2 that were built in 1877. And these 2 went into service just about in time because 2 years later in 1879 rather, the first of those brick lighthouses went over the cliff. The next year the keeper's house went over, and the year following that, the second light went over. So everything that was built in 1841 was gone by 1881. They started to rotate the light at this location in 1923. And when that was done, we had the second tower just 100 feet on the other side of the Coast Guard station that we no longer needed. Consequently, they decided to take that lighthouse down, move it 10 miles north up to Eastham. And today, the Nauset light in Eastham is, in fact, the twin of this one. It looks a little different because of the exterior color and the interior brickwork. But this is the so-called oil deck, an area where some small quantities of fuel would be stored, because its lights will distinguish Chatham from other nearby lighthouses. As you see, you have 2 white lights here every 10 seconds. Now that's different from Nauset, which would be about 10 miles north of here, where Nauset has a red light following a white light at 5-second intervals. The charts will tell you that because this light could be seen at 24 nautical miles, which is about 27 statutory landmarks. Now, there's a catch with that. If you're on a small boat, fishing boat, or recreational boat, and you're, say, 10 feet above the water, you'll be able to see this light at about 11, that's 12 miles on a nice clear night. If you're on a cruise ship coming out of Boston, and they travel probably 17 or 18 miles offshore, you can see this light from the top deck of that cruise ship, but not from the middle deck. Now, how would you be able to see this light at 24 nautical miles? You wouldn't from the boat, because you'd have to be 400 feet in the air to see this light because of the curvature of the Earth. So, it's a simple question, but a complex answer.